I'll start. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I would like to welcome all to 281th meet of Speakers Then Toastmaster Club. My name is Toastmaster Souvik, and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms in today's meeting. In the beginning of our meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules that we'll follow during the course of this meeting. First, please mute yourself if you're not speaking. Second, if you're not experiencing any bandwidth or technical issue, I would like to recommend that everyone turn on their video. Since we're connecting remotely and it would be an awesome experience to get to know everyone by face and to know each other better. Third, if you are using a virtual platform to make any reference to religion, sex, or politics, please keep in mind that these are very sensitive topics. Take caution while adopting this element. Your language and presentation should be considerate of others' feeling. As you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop the leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and personal growth. Well, for every meeting, we have a theme, but today's meeting is very special. If you're someone who is aspiring to be a part of the PR team just like me, or someone who is very interested to know or what is going inside the mind of a designer, then today's meeting is for you. To speak more about Toastmaster and for today's meeting, I would like to welcome the presiding officer of the day. A management consultant by profession, Shankha is a part-time theatre artist, was part of Improv Comedy Club conducting multiple live shows across Bangalore. He loves storytelling with his Facebook page known as Cafe Stories. Let's put our hand together to welcome presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Shankha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shobhik. A big round of applause and a very good morning, dear Toastmasters and our lovely guests. Today is a fantastic meeting, and with that, let me open up meeting number 281 with a clap. Okay, so before we start the meeting, we have 2 guests with us, and we would like to want to have your introduction. So may I request Manu to please introduce yourself?
Hey all, good morning. So my name is Manu. I'm from Kerala actually. I've been here in Bangalore for the last 4 years. I have attended a few sessions with this club. So it's a pleasure to be here in this morning. And I love to hear a lot of learnings and a lot of sessions from you all. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Manu. Excellent. And welcome back again to Speakers Then Toastmasters Club. And may I request Binoy to please share your introduction?
Yeah, sure. Good morning to everyone. This is Binoy. So coincidentally, I am also from Kerala, and but I have born and brought up in Delhi. So kind of, I have both North Indian and South Indian. And currently, I'm staying in Bangalore, working in Wipro as a senior software engineer. And technically, this is my second session. Last time, I got dropped off due to power cut. So technically, this is my first. Yeah,
Great.
that's all.
Great. Thanks so much, Binoy, for coming, and welcome you also to the Speakers Then Toastmasters Club. And I see Naveen has joined. Hi, Naveen. Very good morning. Naveen, in case you are on mute, may I request you to unmute? Okay, we'll come back to Naveen, and I see Rachit is also joining. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So since we have a few new guests who are coming for the first time or second time, so let me tell you about the Toastmasters is all about and why we are so much crazy to join every Sunday between 11 to 1. So Toastmasters International is a worldwide non-profit educational organization that empowers individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Now, Toastmasters International was founded by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley in October 1924 when the first Toastmasters meeting was held at the YMCA in Santa Ana, California. That's almost 100 years back. And currently, this organization's membership exceeds 357,000 in more than 16,600 clubs across 143 countries. And Speakers Den is a 10 years old club, which was chartered on 25th September 2012. Now, while we join Toastmasters for public speaking, but there are two additional benefits which comes along the way. Number one, it's the leadership, and second, it's the networking. Now, once you are a member, you can feel free to give speeches, take up roles across the globe. And Toastmaster being one of the most positive platform, we do one thing which is very critical. We break the fear of public speaking, that unknown fear. Hey, what will happen if I fail, or if I forget my lines, or what will other people think of me? Let me assure you, at Speakers in Toastmasters, we encourage you to fail. We constantly push our members. Hey, don't feel shy, speak up. It's okay to fail. We learn from it. But one thing which will make you perfect is practice. And to do that, you need to speak up in every meeting, be you as a guest or as a member. Now, don't feel shy. Switch on your video, let go of that uncomfortable feeling, because if this is the first time you are joining or second time you are joining, you might feel a bit uncomfortable if you have to switch off your video and think that, okay, if I switch on, what will other people think of me? Feel free, just let go of, because that's the first step you are taking. And well, when someone speaks up, as an audience, we do something interesting. We clap. And the clap is an encouragement for the speaker when they are on the virtual stage. And since it's virtual, how do we clap? Well, we can use the emojis, or you can switch on your video and clap. Great. So now, let me tell you, in speakers in any Toastmasters meeting, we have three segments. The first one is the prepared speech, which the members will prepare well in advance, and then they will come and deliver the speech. The second one is an impromptu speaking, and the third one is the evaluation of the prepared speech, on the spot evaluation. But today, it's going to be a bit different, because this is a very special session that we are taking. We will not have a prepared speech, and we will not have an on-the-spot evaluation, but what we will going to have is something really, really interesting. Today, we have a very special session about the PR. Now, someone says PR is pair in Hindi. So PR, which stands for public relation, is actually how you can give a credibility to your business, because that's what it is more authentic and informative. Now, I'll take a quick pause over here, and I'd like to know that what do you think, or what is the name of the company? If I ask you that, okay, Binoy, do you know, okay, if I tell you what is the first fast food chain that comes to your mind when I ask you?
KFC probably.
Super. Okay, I am also a KFC fan. Manu, which one? If I ask you that, what's the NGO, if you can name it?
NGO.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not aware.
Okay. Okay. Name an IT company which comes to your mind first.
Infosys.
Okay, great. And the reason why Infosys comes to mind, because of course Infosys is one of the primary, or is a pioneer of the IT companies in India when it started its operations, and it's been embedded in everyone's mind. And also, can I ask Shobhik, if we ask that, what do you understand by the peer, or in public relation?
So according to my understanding, PR is someone who is very closely working with the core team and to make awareness about the club, to work so that public can understand what their club is doing.
Right. Super. Yeah, exactly. Uh, okay, that's absolutely right, and very rightly said that publicity, through public relation, that actually gives the credibility, whether it's your business or it's organization, because the content is more authentic and informative. But an effective peer is something which we are looking at, because that helps to manage the reputation by communicating and building a good rapport with all the organization stakeholders. Now, that's what we are going to discuss today about an effective peer, and more focused on the creation of the posters. That's what we are going to do. And to do that, and to take this meeting forward for starting off with the workshop, we have we have two people who are going to have a joint session today. One is Toastmaster Mudassir, who is a metal extracted from the oats of Nagpur and is hardened in the extreme weathers of the Bits Pilani, quenched in the waters of IIT Bombay, now working as a scientist, a cog in the corporate wheel TCS Innovations. In the mission of Toastmasters, he has functioned as a president, a VP membership, a VP public relation, treasurer, CIC, club coach, LDPIN, and currently working as the Area B2 director and also the president of the Speakers in Toastmasters Club. And along with him will also be Tanmay, who is a business analyst at Flipkart. He hails from the state often known as the heart of India, or the Tiger State, Madhya Pradesh. He likes to travel and visit new places. Now, when I give the introduction, let me tell you, these two Toastmasters today, they actually played a very pioneer role, being part of the Division B peer group, and which took the Division B peer to a new height, to a new level, whether in terms of branding, whether in terms of a lot of other things. So let us put a big round of applause to welcome Toastmaster Tanmay and Toastmaster Mudassir.
Thank you, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Sankhya. I'll take the first session on color theory, and then I'll pass on the stage to Toastmaster Tanmay. So let me first share my screen. I have a small presentation. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So there are three different images in my screen. One is red, one is yellow, and blue. What can you tell about that person based on just these three images? Can someone take a guess? I want a comment on each of the image.
The first one is Hellboy, and the last one is the movie Avatar.
Okay. And what can you tell about the behavior or psychology of that person? How is that person just based on the image?
Anger.
Yeah.
Just before the marriage, haldi and Monday blues.
Yes, Tanmay. So colors give a meaning to whatever we see. All these three images are of same person. Only the color is changed, and you can the way you are looking at the person, the perception itself is changed. So that's what we are going to discuss today: how colors affect the meaning of things, and how can you play with colors to convey a better meaning. The colors have different meaning based on the context. In different cultures, like in China, red is considered as a good luck, but in South Africa, it is a color of morning. It depends on the time as well. So right now, blue color is associated with is a masculine color, and pink is associated with the feminine color. But I think the perception is slowly melting down. Even the boys are wearing pink t-shirts right now. So it depends on the time as well in which we are living. And there are some shades and tones and color combination that I'm going to discuss in the further slides. So red is for energy, passion, and danger. This is what is the current perception of the red color. So you will see red color in these energy drinks where they want to show a lot of energy, passion, that once you drink this energy drink, you will be at a very different level. To show that, they are using a red color. Orange is associated, is a color of creativity, youth, and enthusiasm. So all the new brands which are coming up, they are taking orange colors in their branding or in their logo to show a new creative outlook, to appeal to the youth and to show an enthusiasm in their work. Yellow is a color of happiness, hope, and spontaneity. And it is generally used in child products to gain attention of the childs. Similarly, green is a color of growth and harmony, and it is used to show wealth and stability. I was area director of, before I was area director of Area B2, I was PR manager of Area B2, and our logo was Bloom Together. So we designed a butterfly, and I gave it a green shade because bloom together means growth, means prosperity, and to show that I used a green color. So likewise, you can use green color to show nature, growth, harmony, wealth, and stability. Now let's come on the color wheel. Color wheel consists of all the different possible colors in the nature. But how do you pick color from the color wheel? Let me quickly show you something known as an Adobe color palette. Okay, so this is a Adobe color. If you search, go on Google and search Adobe color. This is the best place to find colors for your work. This is where I come whenever I need an inspiration. So here you can see there are colors. They will give you options for colors for different mood, right? If you want to, if you are in a good mood, just type good here and you will see a fresh set of colors which talks about good mood, right? And then you can use these colors in your design. If you are in a sad mood, just type sad here and you will get all the colors associated with sadness mood, right? And then you can use all these colors in your design. Similarly, you can, if you want a color for a particular theme, for example, office, you can just press it here and you will see colors associated with an office related theme. So you can come to Adobe Color and find out different colors based on your mood and based on the theme which you want to reflect in your design. Also here there is an option of trends. So currently, what are colors in demand or which are being used in the industry, that comes here. For example, in fashion currently, purple color is in a good demand. So that's how purple color and use of purple color has been shown here. For graphic designing, people are more into orange, like I said. For illustrations, we used a more of a monochromatic shade. And for UI UX design, I think we are moving towards the dark mode, and that's why here is a gray shade of gray. So you can come for all the different color inspirations and trends for the Adobe color and get your inspiration for the design you want to make. So there are different ways of using this color wheel. So first way is to use a complementary color. You can pick one color from the two different corners of the color wheel. In this case, we have picked this two color, and this reflect. This is very brighter, and the design comes out to be very prominent. So you want to show good contrast, you can use complementary color wheel. And then is monochromatic color wheel, monochromatic colors. So these are shades of a single color. And you can show is use it to show us a bit of subtleness and a harmonious look. For that, you can use monochromatic colors. And then there are analog colors, colors which are adjacent to each other. In this, while using an analogous color, we generally pick one color and make it as a dominant color, and other color just act as highlights in your design. It also gives a very subtle look, and generally this is used in a more professional fashion. And then there are trident color, which are three colors from three different corners of the wheel. So like that, you can pick color as per your liking, and then based on your color, you can create a design. For different colors, there are different choice of colors. Different design could come up. Like we could see that this Mario theme has a very contrasting color, because this is a game, and games are generally played by a younger population, and for them, you need a color which has very high contrast. So that's what has been reflected here. The best part of Adobe Color is you can create your own colors, right? For example, you can create analogous colors. You can find out monochromatic colors as per your need. You can find trident colors, right? As you move this points, you can see the color shades are changing in below, and accordingly you can pick these colors to reflect your design. Then there are complementary colors, split complementary, double split complementary. All these things you can choose based on the design you want to work on. So there are two different segments of colors. One is known as warm colors and one is known as cool colors. Warm colors are more towards the side of orange and yellow, and cool colors are more towards the side of green and blue. So this is used in a more of when you have to show dominance. And this color, cool color, is used, shown when you have to show a bit of a low tone. That's when a cooler color is used. There could be shades. There is something known as shades, tint, and tones. So shade is when you pick a color and you add darkness to that color, you get a higher order of shade. Tint, this is also a terminology which comes when you lighten your color. So as you go on adding white to your color, it will be more and more tinted. And then there are tones, which happens when you add gray to your original color. So this is how shade, tint, and tones work. These are just terminology which will come to you when you start using the color schemes. Then there is hue, saturation, and luminance. Hue is just the color you pick, that is known as hue. Saturation is the intensity of that color. How pure is that color? So if you pick red, how pure of red is that? That is defined by saturation. And then there is luminous. How much bright is that color? So if you add too much brightness, you will see that it's fully white. So that is highly luminant color. So these are all terminologies: shade, tint, tones, saturation, luminance. That will come to you when you will start designing more and more. And this terminology might not be very useful, but sometimes it comes as a requirement from a client, and then you have to take it into account. So I thought I'll tell it to you what are these different terminologies. Now, the most important thing is hex code. So you might see that each image is consist of pixels. So this is an image which is consist of these many pixels, and each pixel is consist of three colors known as RGB. And these colors are defined by these 6 numbers. FF, first 2 numbers are for red, next 2 are for green, and the 2 after that is for blue. And by combining these 3, you get any color in the universe. So FF is the highest portion of red. If you decrease it to 0 or 1 or 2, you will get a lesser portion of red. Similarly, FF in between is the highest portion of green, and FF at the end is the highest portion of blue. So let me show this in the Adobe color. Let's see monochromatic color. Now you see this is the hexacode. And when you move this towards blue, you will see that portion of blue is increasing. When you move it towards red, you will see the portion of red is increasing and the portion of other colors has gone down. Similarly, you can vary brightness also. Also, we can see that varying to green will change all these different colors. So this is what hexacode is. And this is how we import color to our design. So let me quickly show that in Canva. This part will be covered by Toastmaster Tanmay, but I'll show you how to use just this hexacode in your design. For example, this color. So this was a poster which was designed to show winners of a contest. So you wanted to use gold, silver, and bronze to show the 3 winners. Now, you can either type here gold and you will get the gold color, or you can just type gold in the Google, gold hex code, sorry, and you will get a hex code for gold, and you can copy this and paste it in your Canva. And there you go, you got the gold color. Similarly, if you want for silver, you can just either type here for silver. If you're lucky, you will get it here. If you don't get it here, just go here and type hex code for silver. And you will have your code, which you can use in your design. So in this way, you can import colors from the Adobe color palette into your design. If you go in any other, let's go back to the Explore and let's pick one good design. For example, this one. And you want to use color palettes of this. So just copy this hex code, paste it in your Canva. And there you got the color. So in this way, you can import all those colors from Adobe Color. So I'll strongly encourage you to go to Adobe Color, explore different colors, and play around with this different color schemes. There are also some color games here which you can play around, and you will learn a lot of new things. And then there are trends which you can look into. What are the current trends in fashion, graphic design, illustration, UI, UX, architecture? And accordingly, you can play around with those colors. Also, you can find out color schemes based on your mood, sad, love, let's see, love as well. And you can use those colors in your design. So this was all about color scheme. Now I will hand it over to Toastmaster Tanmay to talk about Canva Workshop. And he will give a brief, he will go detail on how to use these colors and what is a brand guideline also, and how to use brand colors as well. So Toastmaster Tanmay, the stage is yours.
Hello, Toastmasters, and good morning, everyone. How are you feeling today? Doing good? All right. So as Toastmasters just covered about the color theory and the different psychological interpretation of different colors, I'm going to talk about something else. It's about practical application of the color theory. For example, to look good, I may use sunglasses or comb my hair. Similarly, we do something similar for the PR. It's called designing a poster which will reach out to the masses. And to do that, we use a tool called Canva. So let me share my screen. Let me know if all of you are able to view my screen. And we will type canva.com. So this is a website which has a free version and a premium version. And it allows you to create posters and share with your team. So first thing in a PR, if any one of you is on Instagram or Facebook, you might be seeing that we, from time to time, for each meeting, we release different posters on special occasions like Women's Day meetings, renewals, any new members who are joining us to welcome them, and the videos of different meetings. All this is part of PR. That also means that Canva is not the only tool that you can use. You can use any tool, but Canva is just one of the tools. So let's get started. You've seen that there are different posters that we create, or we consider winners, we create a contest chair, event chair poster, and we also make memes because that is also a part of PR. So what do? We do all this using either Canva, PowerPoint, and some other tools. Today, let's get started with Canva. The first thing that you do when you reach here is you see this layout. You see that there is an option to create a design, and there are different templates as well. If you go down, you will see all of your projects, your designs. But let's think about it, about the event. Let's say that we are going to create a poster for our meeting, for this meeting. What do? We can choose any template. We can select from here and choose any template, such as video, presentation, resume, like there are other options as well. But we think about what is going to be the end use of that poster. If there's a poster for an Instagram story or your WhatsApp status, you go with an Instagram story format, which is somewhere here. Instagram post, and I think Instagram story is right here. Yeah, your story, this one. So this will create a poster in the size of a mobile screen. But let's say you wanted something which can be posted on your page, for example, something like this. You can use a landscape format, or you can just create a square one as well. So we select that design from over here. Let's say I'm going to go with an Instagram post, which is a square box, 1080 cross 1080 pixel. Sorry, I clicked on YouTube thumbnail. You click on the Instagram post, it will give us a blank canvas, which is open to the imagination. Now, while we do have this white canvas, we can also refer to some templates that Canva provides. There are some premium versions, there are some free versions. So let's say we are creating a meeting poster or a birthday poster. So I search for birthday, and you will find these templates. There is this page. Then let's say I don't like this design, I want something else. You can just use this one. So that is one way. Another way is you design from scratch. You have a reference point. For example, I search for birthday post Star Wars, and I want to create something similar but personalized to someone who loves Star Wars. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look at these templates, that there is a galaxy far, far away, and I'm just going to write the Star Wars birthday wish. So I can use that template and design it from scratch as well. Now, one thing to notice, while we do have the design in place, when we are doing the PR for Toastmasters or any other organization, we do follow some certain rules. For example, every organization has a branding guideline. Let's say that I create something, I want to create something, I create this box, and then I put this circle on this. Okay, and I give this color yellow, and this gives the color red. Okay, and I also fill the background with color yellow. What brand comes into your mind? Tell me. Which brand pops into your mind when you look at these colors? Any guesses?
KFC.
KFC or?
McDonald's.
Yes. Because every organization has a color scheme pertaining to their organization. And similarly, Toastmasters also have a brand guideline. To do that, we are going to search for Toastmasters brand manual. When you search for it, you will find a link on toastmasters.org, which redirects you to the resource of the brand manual. So wait a second, this link is a bit old. Yeah, let me see this web content not found. And there's some error. Let me try again. Yeah, I think the link is down for some reason, but let me get it from a different Toastmasters division website. So this is from District 18, but they have a brand manual which is from 2017. So you need to make sure one thing, that the brand guideline that you're following is up to date and most recent. The guideline gives you a structure about the different fonts, size, shape, logos, do's and don'ts, color schemes, gradients, and all those things. So let's wait for it to load, and then we will design a simple birthday wish poster for, let's say, our birthday boy. It's not his birthday, but we can still make the poster and get some cake. So we will start with the birthday design. We will just search for the template first, and we just use this one. Or let's say I want to use this one. I will go to this one. I use the Toastmasters font, which is Montserrat. And with this, I can give him a classic, very simple birthday thing, like happy birthday. And then I can use this like, now I change this theme. You can change any color. For example, you want open sans, you can use that. So it supports most of the fonts that are there. And you can also make it like, if you want to go for a handwriting, you can select the category of the fonts and go for something like, let's say, this handwriting, or maybe this handwriting, a bit royal font. Okay. But then again, we need to do the Toastmaster branding. So I'm just going to use Toastmaster colors over here. Toastmaster colors are, there are 4 Toastmaster colors, which is maroon. Another one is navy blue, like dark blue. One is gray. So I will just put the gray over here. Let's, for example, I will just put it over here. And then there is another one, which is yellow. And yellow, where can I get it? So there's one more thing with Canva, is that you can copy your designs from other posters. For example, you don't have a reference point, and if you're working on a poster and Sankhya shared you a previous poster, you can just copy that design part. For example, I want to copy this element and paste it over here in Canva. So I have this color now, and I can use this color to use in any element. For example, I use it over here just because I have this element over here, because it allows you to pick any color from the screen. So I can use the color from this photo. I can use the color from anything else. Now, let's say I want to wish Yoda the birthday. So I take the Yoda photo, but this Yoda photo, if I paste it over here, this is black and has some font in it. So what I do next is I use a website called remove.background, BG, and paste that photo over here, which you can use to remove the background from any photo. So let's see how it looks like. Now the Yoda is coming out. You can also edit it if you want, like remove the bits from, like if there's any minor adjustments, or you can download or copy the image from here. Now you go back and paste it over here. And I say I have this Yoda, I paste it over here, and I have this Yoda. So now we know that Yoda is a Toastmaster with us in a galaxy far, far away. So we have the Toastmaster Yoda, and we are wishing him the birthday wish. But is it still looking a bit bland? So what do we do? Any ideas? Any suggestions? Open to the floor. Souvik, Binoy, Dimon, any ideas from your side? Because PR is just about creativity while following certain guidelines. So what do you want next for Yoda? No ideas? Okay. Why? Let's light up some birthday candles, because it's a birthday after all. So we just go ahead with that. We put birthday candles.
Some balloons.
Some balloons, nice. We go ahead, we use some balloons. Let's say we use this one. So there are some images which cannot be edited, and there are some which can be. So I'm going to try to find something which can be edited. Let's use these balloons. These are not visible. Go in graphics. Yeah. So I will make these balloons as yellow. and I put them over here. So our Toastmaster Yoda is now happy with his balloons. And if I were to say the Mandalorian, this is the way. So now we change it. So there is one more thing. We are still looking at this like happy birthday is looking, it's taking too much space. What do we do next? We can either make the font to be completely complete caps, and we can reduce the space between these lines. How do we do that? We use this option to reduce the line spacing, or maybe increase the letter spacing. So these are the ways in which you can update this. But I want to move this, and I'm seeing that it's overlapping with Yoda. So what I do is I select this element, hold shift down, and select all these elements. And then I can just move them around. To do this more simply, I will just group them into one layer. So now if I just click anywhere on this, I will move all of them together. So now, and you can also ungroup it. If you want to make any changes, just ungroup it. Let's say I want to change wish you all the best. So I just want to make it all the best wish you. So I can just do that. And then I can change the font again to something which is more brand compliant. So I will go with Montserrat. The brand guideline is here. Yeah. So you will see that this has everything about color palette, logo, logo dons, and then fonts and everything, like what to do, what not to do. So these are the color palettes that we are using. So some of them are now, so this is a bit old manual. The current manual was not accessible, so I use this. These are the colors that are being used along with white and black, and this color is now discontinued. We also have the Toastmasters logo. So there is a rule that if you're using Toastmasters logo in your design, then you need to make sure that your entire poster is completely brand compliant. That you need to follow all of your font rules, your size rules, your logo placement rules, and everything. But since this is just a this is a birthday wish poster, we are not keeping the Toastmaster logo over here. But if it would be a DTM poster that we are wishing Yoda to become DTM, then we would be going full brand compliant. For example, I think I might have something over here for you. So for example, where is this? Yeah, for example, when our division director Sarish became DTM, so we went with the complete theme with the logo and everything. Or we are punctuating some when we released our newsletter, which is also part of PR, we also went in compliant with the brand guidelines. And similarly with like on the International Women's Day, like everyone is wearing brand compliant clothes as well. So that is how you keep these things in mind. Now, what else do you think would make this poster better? Open your imagination. Let your imagination run wild. Anyone? I see Souvik, Sankhya, Mudassir. I won't ask Mudassir. he's the PR manager. Binoy, Diman.
In case we are like covering from the club, then the speaker's den name should be
right
there.
Because we need to convey who is wishing the birthday.
Right.
So what we do is we take this, we just duplicated this. How do we duplicate this? We click on this and okay, there's no direct option. We click on this and press Control D if you're on Windows. You write speakers den Toastmasters Club. Okay, you make it brand compliant, drag it, change the font so that it's fitting in this space nicely. And for that, I will just reduce the letter spacing to original. I can reduce it further as well, but I will just keep it to the original. Leave some header and footer and also on the margins, because if your design is something which is taking all the space, for example, this, and if I go in a presentation mode and see how it's looking, it might not look very pleasant. And sometimes the corners get cut off if they're in restriction on the platform you're uploading it. And if I keep it somewhere here, like in the bottom, it's possible that the viewer might find it below some overlapping. For example, in Canva, there is this bar. So we keep it somewhere in between. We keep it here. And we make it, let's say, brand compliant by using the maroon color, which is apparently my favorite color in all Toastmaster design. I put the alignment as center aligned, but it is still not looking very pleasant to me. I want to do something else. What do I do? I just noticed this is going behind Yoda. Okay, so there is a frame and this is going behind. What can I do for it? I will just make the frame visible, maybe this, and make this one a little more visible with this color. Okay, so what do I do? You can also change the alignment by rotating it on its axis. If you want something like, for example, happy birthday to be aligned like this, but I want to bring it in like in front of you, not in behind you. So I click on this, and there's an option called send to back, bring forward, bring to front, all this. I click on bring to front. Now it's on top of all the layers. So I just have this over here, but I still think this is lacking something. Okay, so okay, I decided to keep it white. Oh, but now it's lost. Just merge with the background. What do I do next? Any suggestions? What do you do when something is being lost with the background?
So
it's
it
there,
should be
but
on
you can't see it.
Right. So
Sorry?
it should be on a contrasting color.
Exactly. So for that, we either put an element, for example, I put this behind using, so happy birthday is visible, or I go ahead and there is an option called effects. And I use this background color where I put a background of, because it's white, I can contrast it with either this 04167 or this maroon color. So I can use either of them. So you need to make sure one thing, that whenever you are using colors, they should be contrasting enough to catch the user's attention, catch the viewer's attention. If you're just going to use this white on top of, let me show you, let's say I make this white, and I'm going to use this on a yellow background. This might look visible, this might be visible, but what could make it better? You can make it better by just clicking on this and making it dark, because it's a light and dark. Similarly, if this is a dark background, you can make it visible by keeping it lighter. So that is one way of managing the color theory over here, which Madhasta just taught about, the different color schemes and how to use them. But now everything is looking pretty like monochromatic. So I still need some funk in it. How do I put some funk in it? So I can first make this one a bit different from others. I will make this different. But the background looks pretty plain to me. I want some firecrackers, some balloons, or maybe some Star Trek cruisers or Star Wars cruiser. So I just search for Star Wars. Maybe I will find it at the start. And Star Wars, and going to all, not finding anything. There is Yoda over here. Okay, baby Yoda. So I keep him over here, drag him down. Now sorry, not here. By the way, it looks better with him inside the frame, baby Yoda. So I will keep something else in the background. Let's say I want to keep this image. Now what do? I click on this and choose replace background. So now this image is in background, but it is still too dark for us. So I go to transparency, reduce the transparency. So now it's there, but it's still not there. Okay. I can also delete this, remove it, and maybe create a warp drive or something. Okay, now this would be better for you. I change the color to, let's say, maroon, keep it in the background, send it to back, but this is too much visible. I'm not just replace the background because this is a graphic. You cannot replace the background with the graphic. So I go to the transparency and reduce the transparency just to make it visible enough to be in the background, but not affecting the foreground. So that is one way. Now, what else? So I can also do one thing. I can keep these flames a bit low so that this is a visible but not taking too much space over there. Now this is there. Toastmaster Yoda is happy. We are wishing him birthday. But is there anything that is missing right now? What do you think? Anyone? Anyone? Guess? Toastmasters? Anyone? Any ideas? If I put it on presentation mode, this is how it's looking like. What else do you want to do for Yoda? No ideas? All right. So PR is all about complete imagination. I can do one thing. I can still put animation to it. Because it's for a baby. It's for a baby Yoda. He might like it. So what I can do is I can just put a breathe. I want to type happy birthday. I can go to effects and where is the, wait a second. I go to animate. In the animate, I type typewriter. Now it's typing. I want speakers in Toastmasters Club to be bold and come out stronger. I change the font to extra bold, which will not extra bold, doesn't look good. I change it to semi bold, change the color theme to, let's say, maroon. And I want to give it a animation of like something which is appearing. So I put it on ascend. Now I just present it again. Now this has gone from simple two-dimensional poster to a video, a GIF, kind of a GIF, an animation, because this will be moving. And if we look at the current, even if you're on Instagram, like most of us are on Instagram right now, if you look at the algorithm of Instagram, it promotes videos. It promotes the content which keeps the user engaged for a certain time. Most of the influencers, they talk about YouTube algorithms, Instagram algorithms. And one thing that is there is that most of them are shifting from simple post or a carousel to a reel or a simple video, because that is what engages the user. That's the human like psychology as well. If there is something which is static, I might not look at it, but as soon as it moves, I will catch it, right? So we need to do this to catch the attention. And since PR is all about reaching out to public, catching their attention so that they know what your brand is talking about. If I look at like red and yellow, and immediately my mind clicks, okay, this is MACD. If I go with blue and maroon, blue and red, and white dots, I think, oh, this is Domino's. But if these dots are moving, for example, if I go to YouTube and I open Netflix intro, you will see that you can also see Netflix logo. But if I show you these two things, for example, I show you this Netflix. Where is it? Yeah, I show you this Netflix. Or if I show you this intro, which one would you prefer? Animation or the poster?
Animation.
Animation.
Animation, right. Guess, or the Toastmasters? Do thumbs up for animation, thumbs down for poster. All right, I see thumbs up. Nice. Because this animation is not just animation, it's also, there is sound over there. So that is our next step. We put a sound in this because we are going to make it as a design. So what I do next is I go to audio. Okay, and let me reshare my screen so that the audio is also being shared. Let me check. New share, advanced sharing. Wait a second. How do I share audio? Yeah, share sound. Perfect. Okay. So, okay, I didn't know that when I played YouTube, you didn't hear the audio. So I will just play it again. Yeah. Right. So audio gives the user a cue. Oh, something's happening. If you're in a movie and a jump scare is about to happen, you know it just by the like tune which is changing. So what we do is we're going to put an audio to it. There's options here which we can use, and because there's a birthday, so I will just go with this birthday version.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Because this spot will be associated with a birthday. So I will just select this. This here. Now if I present it again,
birthday to you.
this is happy birthday. If it would be something else, for example, I'm launching, I'm making an announcement, or I'm launching a news. Let me see if I have any content for that. Yeah. So for example, this breaking news, which we did sometime back. I think this is the one. Just a second. Yeah. So I will just share this. So audio also plays an important role while you are doing PR. And all of this that you're seeing over here on this screen right now, the breaking news, the confetti, the sound, that is all done using Canva. So what do we infer from this? The opportunities are endless. They say sky's the limit, but I say go beyond that. Use your imagination. Let your imagination run wild, and yet confine it with the brand guidelines and you can create anything that you can imagine. With this, I close this session on Canva and open the floor for question and answers to the guests. Any questions or any answers? I can ask questions.
Is it important to get a Canva Pro, or like without getting a Canva Pro, you can design so many things?
I don't have a Canva Pro. So everything that you're seeing on the screen right now is done using Canva Freemium, not the Premium. Yeah. So you can do all of this. The Canva Premium is only required when you are doing branding, for example, for a very big brand like, or you can use Canva Premium here as well. But only if you think that your current Canva or whatever tool you're using, the free version is not sufficing to your like whatever you need to do. So I do have a Canva Pro account, which is from the division. And sometimes when I create something and I want to use some element which are premium, which I cannot use directly, what I do is I bring those elements in. For example, let me share my screen again. So let's say over here, let's say I want to use an element which is a pro. This is a pro version. You can see there's a remove watermark option, and I want to use this in the background. And I know that I cannot export it without Canva Premium. For example, if I go to export it, and yeah, by the way, there is a very good option of sharing it. I can just share it with division BPR directly, or type your email IDs. For example, if I want to share it with Mudassir, I can just share with him. So you can also download it as in different formats. But if I go ahead and try to download this one as, let's say, PNG, it will give me a download with Canva Pro option. So what do I do? Or you can download a watermark version, but then there would be lines like the stock photos. So in those cases, I use the division PR account, like only for downloading stuff, not for creating it. Yeah. So when you are in that, when you're in the capacity where you're working for, let's say, division PR or district PR, you can easily ask your directors, division director, district directors to give you access to that Canva account. We just started this from the last session, that there is one shared account like for a team and which can be used. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, so for starting out, I think for the initial 2-3 years, even I don't have any pro account and I survived pretty well. So for starting, you can do with the free account as well, and you will learn a lot. Maybe when you are part of a professional organization or you're part of a bigger team, you will get an account, pro account, and then you will be able to do that. But still, without the account, 90-95% functionalities are can be accessed.
All right. Any questions from our guest, Binoy?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
How do we ensure we don't have any trademark issues? Like if someone is already using a particular design and we by mistake use a similar design and
you put something of you in the design.
Okay.
Design is just an idea. You can think of the colors which are similar. For example, if I go ahead with red and yellow, you will immediately think of MACD. But if I use that red as a background, put a blue over there, you can just convert this. So if I just, let me just do this again, right? This will be fun. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I did this here only. So let me just do it here again. Wait a second. So yeah, I add this, I add an element, which is, where is that? So you can use the recently used elements over here. I want to use this. Okay. Now I want to put this as yellow. Where is my yellow? Yeah. And now this, I am doing it as, let's say, where is red? Yeah, red. So you might think this might be going towards MACD. But what if I change it something to yellow and I put a circle over there? Okay. And then I make this circle, like, because you are using it, you are using your own creativity. You can just put this circle in a color, let's say, not yellow, something like reddish. Okay. And then you decide, oh, this is still looking incomplete. Let me put some cloud over there. Okay. So, oh, sorry, this is not the color. I need to go to elements. You can just put a cloud over there. It could be this. And then I can just duplicate it again. And you might see that these clouds are looking similar, so you can just flip them to make them different. Something like this. Okay, this cloud is going on a UFO. So now this looks like that design that we used to do in school. I just need to add those arrow wala birds. So yeah, so if I add those birds as well, let me see if I can find the birds. Oh yeah, there are birds. Okay, you can just put it like this. Yeah, and you want some waves because you are making a something. For example, I can use these waves. Something like this. And just crop it and all. So you can let your imagination do the job, and you can maybe end up creating some masterpiece or something. So now we have waves, we have sky, we have birds and everything. So this is a diagram which is commonly used. We are drawing, I am drawing this from nursery. Okay, the birds were just a single arrow, like the Nike swoosh, but still. But again, this is what you did. If you are putting your branding guidelines and everything, you can just make it your own personal design, right? But yeah, as you said, there's always a possibility. You might just be replicating some idea that you envisioned or saw somewhere. But yeah, let's go ahead with that. Let's take that risk.
So there is no copyright on colors. You can use as many color. You can copy literally colors of other brands, but there is copyright on design. So make sure that you are not copying the designs. Color you can copy, there is not a problem. So like Tanmay said, you can have a very similar color to McDonald's, but you have a very different design. So that can be easily done. There is no problem with that. You can go to Adobe Color and you can just search McDonald's and you will find colors of McDonald's and use that to build your own design. That won't be a problem.
Also, if I wanted to put a picture inside a shape, like if the background is circle and inside that there is a picture, so how do you do that? Remove background and then paste that.
Can you please repeat the question?
For example, like the circle that you have done in the previous thing, and I wanted to put a picture there, picture of maybe myself or anybody. So how do I do that? You remove the background and then you put that.
Over here, let's say I want to replace this image with some photo. Okay, I go to frames. Okay, so there are multiple different types of frames available. Okay. I can just use a circle in place of this, and I can just put this over here. Okay. Now I can just, oh, there's one more thing. For example, I want to align this with the previous sun. So I will just go to position, do the middle and center. So it would be central line. And then I send it back. Send back. First, it would be behind clouds. Another way to do is select the cloud and bring it forward. Okay. Now I want to put, let's say some photo. I will see whose photo I have uploads. Yeah. Maybe I want to use any photo. Mudassir. Where's Mudassir photo? Yeah, I just want, see, I want to, let's say I want to use our director, area director, sort of photo. So I can just drag and drop it over here. If I want to replace it with, let's say, division director's photo, I can just drag and drop again. It will overwrite. Or you can just do one thing, detach image, delete it, and then bring the new photo. For example, this one, go down again. And then you can double click it and move it around, like adjust a bit. So yeah. You can also do this, double click and then crop it inside that circle, like how we do in PowerPoints. So it's, you can arrange it. So now you have Yoda as a son. Okay.
Also, we have so many handwriting styles. So how do I find out that which handwriting style would be good for me? Is there any website?
When you're starting, it's a bit of a trial and error. You try different things and you see what is working for you, what is not. Just like how we do with everything in life. Okay. After some time, you get an idea. This is what looks good with this. Okay. So for example, if I share the screen again, may I share the screen again? And I want to type something. There is a text option. You can also use predefine these texts that you can use, or you can just add a subheading. Let's say I add a subheading. And I said, I am so great. Okay. But this is then not looking good to me. I go here. I said, okay, I want to make it a bit personalized, or let's say I will just put happy birthday. Okay. I want to make it a bit personalized. How do you make personalization? With handwritings. Okay. So you go over there, try it. You see what these fonts are looking like. I hope you can see it. And you try, okay, how is Noja looking like? Moja is looking decent. Looks like a kid drew it. But then you might say, what if I want something else? Let me try if I can get something else as well. So you will go ahead again in this. Where is that? Sorry. Wait, here's the text. Yeah, handwriting. So you go over here, you will say coming soon. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, this also look good. This also look good. You try different combinations and then you fix on one thing. Oh, I'm going to go with this. But if it's a brand poster, you already have a guideline. You are restricted by your brand guidelines, so you will only use Montserrat. The only thing that you can do over here is play with this bold italics, caps, full caps, color scheme. For example, I do this color, full color, like black. But I want to make this slightly different. So I go here and change these colors to two different colors. Now this will look slightly different and maybe slightly better as well. Wait, where is it? Yeah, something like this. All right.
Like how we have the option of increasing the space between the letters. Do you have any options of increasing the width of the letters, like make it more bold?
We do not have that option right now, but we can use different font styles if you want to broaden it. So there are some fonts which are more long and narrow. There are some fonts which are short and like broad. So you can try those different styles and go with it.
I think there is an option in Photoshop.
Yes, Photoshop has an option. Adobe Suite, if you're using Adobe Suite, Adobe Photoshop, or what else was there? Video editor, Adobe Pro, then you can do all this. You can stretch it any way you want. So there was a famous, there was a joke that I wanted to look thin. So I spent 6 months and learned Photoshop. You can get apps as well in a day.
So Adobe is more user-friendly than Canva.
Canva is much easier because you have direct templates which are available. Adobe is more advanced. If you're going for something, for example, I don't know if I still have that. So if you are going for something big scale, for example, you are working in a marketing agency or you are a marketing director somewhere, then you might want to go for Adobe. If you are working for, let's say, Technicolor, which works in this movie animation VFX, then you will have to use Adobe. But if you're just doing posters for branding and all, you can do it with Canva, PowerPoint, Paint as well. So so we can do the same post in PowerPoint as well. The only advantage that Canva provides over PowerPoint is that I can share it easily. I need not to send the entire PPT to Mudassir or Sankhya. I can just click there with a tap of the button, add Mudassir Ali, Sankhya De, Souvik, and done. I just click enter, you will find a link. Then I share this with you, just like how Google Doc works. That's the thing. That's why it's the preferred tool right now in the market for any marketing agency. Even you see these companies like Slice, Flipkart, Twitter, they all are using Canva right now. I've seen the marketing, they sit beside me, so I've seen them working on it. Yeah.
Photoshop is much more a pro level thing. In Photoshop, for a simple creating a frame, you have to go through a lot of hassle. But in Canva, frames are easily available and you can just pick it, drag it, and use it. So Canva is much more friendly. You can start with it and design your posters. Maybe after you get a job in a big firm, then you can think about going for Photoshop and all that. But right now, I will suggest stick to Canva and learn how to build posters, and maybe pro version you can go for maybe later.
Okay. So Adobe is the missile.
Yeah. So if the problem is small, just use Canva. If you have a big assignment and there is a big client and there could be copyright issues and all that, then you can switch to Photoshop. But almost all of your work, maybe 98% of your work can be done with Canva. And I can assure you that.
Okay. Any other questions?
Okay, I think we have covered everything. You can contact either Tanmay or me if you need more assistance on Canva or you want to learn more about color theory. I'll also share the link of Adobe Color so that you can learn about different color schemes and then you can start designing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Then Toastmaster Tanmay and Toastmaster Mudassir. Let's give a round of applause for such a brilliant experience we gathered today. It's not just a session, it's just an experience what Toastmaster Tanmay and Toastmaster Mudassir took us through. A lot of learning. I have been using Canva for the last maybe 2-3 years, but still today I learned a lot of new things from Toastmaster Tanmay. Thank you so much for that awesome session. Great. And now I'm sure a lot of us from Speakers Den as well as Binoy as well, we can take forward whenever we want to create new posters, be it for ourselves or be it for the organizations that we are working with. We can now start becoming pro on that one. And that's the power of the public relations, which we did. Thank you so much for that. Now, moving on to the next segment of today's meeting is going to be something for which we all are very excited because this is going to be an impromptu. We don't know what is going to be. It's kind of a missile which is going to be put in across, or it can be a lot of flowers which can come up. That totally depends on the topic. And who decides the topic, by the way? Well, that's been decided by someone who is going to be the table topic master of the day. Now, to carry forward with that, as the table topic master, we have someone who has started playing and experimenting with computers and electronics since a very young age and attended a school which follows a non-mainstream approach to the education. And this allowed him to continuously pursue and the part-time work in a small organization working in IT as an extracurricular activity. Now, he had also enjoyed theater as a hobby in school plays. Now, with that, let us welcome our table topic master for the day, Toastmaster Duman.
Thank you, Shanko, for the introduction. So, for today's table topics, keeping in line with the theme of the day about colors, I would like to hear what each and every one thinks about each different color, how everyone receives the different color. So each speaker will have a minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes during which they have to speak. And I will assign every person one color, and they can explain what anything they like to say about this color. Is there any volunteer? Dr. Pasha. For you, I'll give you color green.
So, green color represents growth, positivity, proactivity. Means green means go. There is no restrictions, there is no obstruction. Means though it indicates there is no obstacles, we can move. The risk is zero. Means if you take if we see in any traffic signals, what green indicates the opening of the signal, we can move. Means it indicates zero risk and we can free to go. So one more thing, the green color also represent harmony, peace, prosperity. Timer shows green color. It means it indicates I can continue for 1 or 2 minutes. I can continue for 1 or 2 minutes like that. So this much I can say about green color, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, is there another person who wants to volunteer?
I'll go.
Okay. So I'll give you color orange.
Okay. So thank you for the topic. Orange is my favorite color because it is a color for me. It's a color for hope because orange. Uh, it looks very pleasant to eyes. It's not a very low density color or not very that much reflect in our eyes. Also, we can see many orange colors in our area or in our environment. We can see the marketing team use orange to brand their food items. For example, Mirinda, Fanta, everything, the cans are in orange, which helps to attract customers towards themselves. And then also orange, we have orange color in our Indian flag at the top. What does it mean? I'm forgetting that, but for me, orange is a great color. I can wear orange dress. It goes very well. Not only with me, I guess for everyone, it will go very well with the skin colors. So thank you.
Thank you, TM Souvik. Is there another person who wants to volunteer?
I can try, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to speak for 1 minute.
That's no problem. You can try.
You can speak for 1 hour as well, Binoy. Just do it.
Okay.
So I'll give you color blue.
Okay. So blue color on one hand represents nature in a way because the sky is blue, water is blue. So a lot of nature is represented by blue color. And also blue in some ways represents professionalism. We can say that is why we see the logos of many companies represented in blue color. So there's a lot of maybe it represents certain kind of dignity, you can say. So yeah, blue. When I think of blue, yeah, these are the things that come to my mind. So, yeah.
Thank you, Binoy. Anyone else wants to go?
Yeah, I can go.
So I will give you. I will give you red.
Red. Okay. The color of red, I came to know at a very, very young age when I was in the school and I didn't complete my homework. When I came to the class, I saw my teacher turning red. That was literally red on the face. And the same thing I got to see in my report card as well. Well, that's when I thought that red is a very bad thing. But later on in the college, during my adolescent years, I found, well, red is not so bad because I had a crush on someone. And to that, I need to give something in red. Well, red, it's like sometimes it can turn into angry, sometimes it can turn into love. But at the same time, if you love fruits like the one which I love, so the moment someone says want to have a red thing, well, the apple is something which I immediately pops up to my mind. Now, talking about apple, again, it converts to, like if you're going for a date with the red sign, and then you get to give your date an apple or something like that to, it always like that. But imagine if you are driving along with your date and then you are driving along with a lot of romance, but suddenly you didn't saw the red light at the street corner. then it's also going to be red, because with a red eye, the traffic cop is going to catch hold of you. And he will definitely get hold of you on a red, like you are get caught at red-handed. Now, red is that much of a powerful color which is affecting red. The same time, our timer Shobik is also showing red. So now for me to shut up. Over to you, Toastmaster Duman.
Thank you, Shanko. Next, is there someone else who wants to go?
Tanmay Mudassir, you are left out.
Sure.
So
I was being on mute.
No problem. So I'll give you the color pink.
This is the second time I'm getting pink as a color in a Toastmasters, like table topic. So pink color, when we think of this color, we don't think it's a manly color. We think it's a feminine color. We are conditioned to think that whenever there is something called pink, it should be for a girl. If it's blue, it's for a man. But I will tell you a fun fact about pink color. During the ancient times, pink was considered a masculine color and blue was considered a feminine color. Why? Think about it. Blue color was generally associated with water bodies, which are cool and calm. And pink in its different version, because as you know, men are colorblind. If you give us red, wine red, light red, cherry red, pink, we say it's red. So pink associated with bravery, with the color of blood, because there were wars raging all around when the humans were evolving. The pink was always associated with masculine. But the shift happened when we went into commercialization. That time, someone in a corporate office decided, blue color, put it to guys. Pink, give it to ladies. And even today, we are following the same pattern. Because I, for myself, can say, I'm still scared to wear a pink t-shirt. But there's one more thing that you can get from pink, which is, and now that I'm talking about the movie, is no means no. So if your girlfriend decides to tell you wear pink, just say no. And tell her a dialogue from this pink movie. No means no. I'm not sure whether you would still have a girlfriend after that, but you will have a say at least. Over and out. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who, Mudassir, would you like to go? I guess he is not here. So everyone has had a chance. So we can conclude the table topic session for today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Duman. A big round of applause for every one of us participating today. And this is the first time Toastmaster Duman has taken up the role as a table topic master. And absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful theme you choose for the day regarding the color. This is the first time I have attended a theme which is based completely on color. And that's totally mesmerizing. I can see a lot of love signs coming up on the screens as well. So let's give a round of applause along with the love sign for Toastmaster Duman and for everyone in today's meeting. So with that, we are towards the end of today's meeting now. And let me close the meeting number 281. And the floor is all yours. Let me stop the recording as well.